here at the WEB Du Bois Center, Pan African something or other, and some beautiful artwork behind me. The painting of Dr. Du Bois. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Somebody send it to me. Howard Spirit 2018. It's you.
You guys, this has been such an eventful day. Like, what's today, Thursday? I forget what day it is. Like, it's so much happening here. And I love Ghana so much. Right now, it's like after midnight. I have to be up by like 5 a.m. Listen, I'm trying to live my best life, okay? So, I'm staying up all night trying to go out and whatnot. So, today, we went to, so today we had tree classes. So I learned how to say, Akwaba means welcome. I learned how to say, Dabi means no. Madasi means thank you. What else I learned? I learned how to say a whole bunch of stuff today. I took pictures of it. It's in my vlog. You probably have already seen it because I'm going to put this at the end of my video. So, yeah, like, I have learned so much today. It's just overwhelming. And then we had a skit performed by the professors about the slave dungeons. We're going to 2 slave dungeons this weekend. Friday we're going to one, and then Saturday we're going to another one. I'm overwhelmed with feelings right now. I'm just so excited to be here, like, honestly. And I feel like one of the things I keep telling people is that not knowing where you come from has a huge impact on your life, and it makes you not appreciate where you're from because you don't know where you're from. And like Marcus Garvey said, there's no way to get where you're going if you don't know where you're from. I probably paraphrase that, but you get the gist. So I just want to tell anybody out there that's thinking about saying abroad, especially to Africa, if you don't do anything else before you die, you have to come to Africa. Whether it's Ghana, whether it's Senegal, whether it's West Africa, or parts of West Africa, South Africa, East Africa, whatever, Egypt, whatever. Please step foot on the continent. If you are a person of African descent, please step foot on this continent before you leave this earth. I beg that you do that. This is one of the best things I've ever done in my life, and I'm so grateful. All glory be to God that I'm on this trip. it has been so enlightening. It's Thursday. I got here Tuesday. It's only been like 3 days. I'm telling y'all, like, this is one of the best trips of my life. After the tree classes, we had African dance classes. Like, we were in there for 2 hours. The first hour, we were just warming up. He said, we haven't started yet. I said, what? I was like, sir, what you mean we haven't started yet? Like, it's been an hour. But honestly, you can't even be mad at them, because it's like, they literally said, like, we dance at funerals, we dance at weddings, we dance at parties, we dance everywhere. Dancing is a way of life. And I just appreciate that so much, because black people all around the world, we are the same. Black people dance everywhere. We celebrate life, we celebrate death, we celebrate everything. And the way we do that is we dance. That's how we come together. And I appreciate Africa for just being the starting point of it all. Like, I'm just so overwhelmed with feelings right now. And I just appreciate every single person in my life that has put me on the path to get to this trip. That's my parents, that's my professors, Dr. Beverly Booker and Ma. If you go to Howard and you don't know this wonderful, amazing woman, you are missing out. Okay? Go to a trip with her. I promise you, you will not regret anything. This woman is phenomenal. Like, I just get emotional even thinking about how amazing she is. After the tree classes, we had lunch, and we went to it was like a cappuccino restaurant. I had a burger. It was great. Like, everything here has been great. Even their, like, American food is amazing, because it's Africa. Like, black folks do it better. Duh. And then after that, we came back to the hotel because we were tired. Like, the African dance class, there was no way we were doing anything else after that. I thought I was going to come take a nap, but I didn't have time because we had to pack, because we're going to Cape Coast this weekend and we're taking donations. The wonderful thing about Alternative Spring Break is that we serve everywhere. We brought donations, suitcases full of toiletries, books, school supplies, toys, shoes, clothes. We brought a lot of stuff. So that video is going to be in here as well. Honestly, y'all, glory be to God. Glory be to God. I just can't thank him enough.
During that era, we were having all sorts of wild animals in our country. We were having the leopard, we were having the lions, we were having the mambas, all sorts of wild animals. We were having it in Africa. So when they were marching through the forest from the Salaga market to this market, sometimes the animals also attack some of our enslaved Africans and also the slave raiders as well. So the slave raiders have a way of putting the animals back so that they don't attack them. And what they did was something that I don't even like talking about it, because it's not something that you should even talk about it. You see, when they are going and they find out that when they are in a line like this and they find out that one of you is weak and cannot continue with the journey, they just bring you out. They don't kill you instantly. Sorry. Because, mind you, during that era, people were calling for death to come and take them. But it is not even coming. Even death was scared of what they were doing to us. So, when they bring you out of the line, they will chain you around any big tree they found in the forest, just for you to perish. So when they chain you around the big tree and the animals come and see you there, they feed on you. So when they feed on you and they become satisfied, they don't change after the rest. So that was what they were using our men in the forest to do, so that the animals don't attack the slave raiders and some of our enslaved Africans. So in doing so, they have to sacrifice some of our enslaved Africans just to please the animals. Yes.
Cape Coast, about to eat lunch. The beaches here are beautiful, and this looks like we're about to be eating right on the beach. Elmina Castle or St. George's Castle. Nothing happy happened in here. In Elmina, Ghana. Our rooms are back that way. The pool is really right on the beach, and the water is really good. Food and everything. It's very beautiful. And apparently they have a crocodile pond. Don't know if I'm going to be visiting that.
Prayer in the name of God the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Amen. Give the morning hymn. Ready, sing.
Good morning, Jesus. Good morning, Lord. I know you come from heaven above. The Holy Spirit sits on the throne. Good morning, Jesus. Good morning, Lord. In the morning, early in the morning, in the morning.
So I feel the need to describe and give background knowledge to this photo. The photo with the white paint on my forehead was the result of going through the door of no return and coming back through it. And when we came back through the door of no return, they put a sign up on the other side that says door of return. This was probably one of the most emotional times in my entire life. One, because I've never stepped foot on the continent before this trip, and two, because I finally felt like I was home again. Also, during this day, I was extremely sick, so for me to have this extremely emotional moment while I'm not feeling good, it was a pool of emotions that I was going through that day. But it made it even better because for some reason, right before I walked through this door, I felt strength enough to even walk through this door. Something about Africa just changes you. Spiritually, mentally, emotionally, my health. Something about Ghana just really made me see life from a different perspective. Even that day when I'm going through what I'm going through with my health, somehow, some way, I still found the strength to walk through this slave dungeon and see where my ancestors stood and slept for months at a time in their own feces, urine, vomit for months at a time. This was definitely very hard for me, but I learned an important lesson that day. Basically, you have to go home. At some point, you have to go home. You have to find somewhere that actually feels like home to you. And even if you don't know exactly what part of Africa you're from, you have to go. And that day was when I realized that that's where I was meant to be. I thank God every day that I made it to Ghana, and I thank God every day that I made it to that slave dungeon in particular, because it was so overwhelming, but so necessary.
Where we at, Aaliyah? Where are we?
We are about to hit our second bridge, you feel me? We're in Africa.
Oh my gosh.
Yo.
Can somebody take a picture? Yeah, I don't know if I can do this. You're fine.
Okay, there's always the